Hello everyone and welcome to Faithful to the Traitors, where we are discussing the Traitors Ireland Series 1, Episode 6, Week 2. My name is Ben, main host.
Oh. I'm Alex, I'm just the cheap bit of trade on the side.
No, we're co-hosts, I feel.
Don't mind, I honestly don't mind. It's just a title. Doesn't really mean much, does it?
What, like Faithful or Traitor?
Like Faithful Traitor, being the funniest.
Being the strongest.
Being the best game for the games.
Ben thought he was strongest and funniest.
He was disappointed he didn't get funniest. Mark got funniest.
Yes.
But Penn, I'll make Penn. Ben got the best at games. And with that, his head was too big so he leave the room for the rest of the episode.
Filled out his waistcoat.
What, his head?
Yes.
Pardon?
He puffed himself up
his chest.
Everything.
You mean his chest?
Yes, because they were all dressed up this episode, weren't they?
He looked like Ben in his suit. He looked like the old Victorian man on the Quality Streets tin.
Who?
You know.
Man. I thought he looked like Clark Kent or something, like Superman.
He does look like Clark Kent. When he takes off his glasses, when he plays the games, he becomes Superman. But when he's in the round table, put my teeth in, the round table, then he becomes Ben the thinker.
But not the comedian.
But not
sadly.
the comedian. But I'd like to see this funny side of Ben.
Well, someone did turn around and said, Ben is funny.
Yeah, I know. Sympathetically.
I think it was Faye, wasn't it? She voted for him. So, you know, there must be a funny bone in him somewhere. What?
If you want to get in touch with us and let us know how funny you
Ben,
are.
by the way.
We did this already. You
did
said
we?
you were the main host.
Yes.
If you want to get in touch with us and let us know what you've thought is of the Traitors Ireland, go to our link tree, linktr.ee/faithful2. On there you can find our links to our podcast as well. Not that you haven't found them already by listening to us or watching us on YouTube, Spotify, or any of your favourite podcast apps. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell, and follow us on all of our social medias. The ones we are most is TikTok and Instagram, so they're probably the ones you want to follow us on. And also, if you like the podcast, give us 5 stars. Tell your friends. I haven't said that for a while. Or if you like us so much, you want to give us a gold coin, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/faithful or coff.ee/faithful. And on there, you can give us a gold wooden coin worth 5 British pounds.
Not those dirty euros.
Not those euros. Sick.
Before we get into it, they're all dressed up on this episode, right?
Yes, as we mentioned, the Quality Streets Ben.
Yeah, we're going to do Best Dressed Fashion Police as on E in 2005. Personally,
That's
Best
how
Dressed
we are.
Faye.
Yeah.
Oyen.
Oyen looked hot.
Wilkin.
Oyen
Ben.
could turn me straight. I just want to make that clear to everyone.
Right. She couldn't put her necklace on there, could she?
No, it wasn't a necklace, it was a shield.
In a necklace form.
Yes, well.
So there's my tops. Oyen, Wilkin,
Tops.
Ben.
Ben's your top,
Faye.
is he? Just
They're
one man, I
the
noticed.
best 2 men, Wilkin and Ben,
Oh, may I say who I thought looked the best?
if you want.
Patrick.
Oh,
He
okay.
went full DJ, full
Wow.
dinner jacket.
Yeah.
I believe that might have been something he wears during
20 years ago.
No.
No?
Well, maybe at the casino, but also something he might wear in a secret society of some sort with a funny handshake.
Oh, what a Mason.
Oh, don't say those words. We'll burn this place to the ground.
Okay. So there you go. That's
And there's
the
a picture of Charlie the cat.
that's the top dressed of the episode.
That's brilliant. Thank you.
You
Can
know,
we leave now? Is that us
it was a
done?
few series ago where we used to comment on a contestant's outfit every episode and people liked it. So we're just bringing back the fashion segment of the Faithful to the Traitors.
There's a few things we used to do for the trades. We used to do a fact file for them. That seems to have just gone.
Well, that's not my fault. It would be here. But RTA are lazy and didn't bother to interview the contestants beforehand.
They are on. I've seen a few clips of Uncloaked. I see them
Yes.
talking on there every now and then. Like what their thing is, when they do a reveal, their thing is they're revealing to everyone that Andrew and Paudie are father and son. Everyone's just as surprised as we are about their relationship.
But I thought they hated each other. Is everyone's reaction?
They're always talking about each other behind their back. Paudie was sorry, you about to say?
I was just going to say we had a big episode this episode because we had the no murder, we had the failed recruitment, we had a traitor being banished
By Nick. You can't say Nick without doing that
He
movement
ripped
anymore.
it in half, and everyone thought he's exagerating. Then they showed us the clip, and
he
it's
ripped it in
exactly what
half.
he did.
Yeah. Nick and his thrust.
We enjoy his thrusts. We had a traitor banished, and then another blackmail recruitment.
But this
all
time, though,
sorts going
it was
on.
the blackmail recruitment, which means that they have to say yes or they die. Well, I want to talk in great detail about, because for me, like, yes,
Well, it's a podcast, so
it's
good.
good. The build up to the round table was fine. The game was nah. But as we said before, if you watch the show for the game, then you're a pervert.
I mean, the game, it was like, dress up really fancy. Siobhan had 2 outfits. They all had cars driving them to this big pot. And then when they got there, it was just a little room with a curtain on the wall and a screen on the wall. And it's like, well,
for
bit
me,
tacky.
there was an opportunity here for an actual proper gamble. Like, they could have done a roulette wheel or something like that, red or black. Gamble, you got €5,000. You get 3 turns. You can gamble as much or as little as you like. That, for me, would be a much more fun game than throw a pile of cards in the air and find a card.
I know.
That's like a game you play when you're 5 years old on your own, when you've been left with a Marmite sandwich.
I mean, it was stupid. It was
and a
like,
weak cup
what was
of
it, like
tea.
52 card pickup, whatever it's called. And like Oyen literally threw it in the air and just was like, there it is.
I think she saw it. I've got suspicions that Oyen, when she had the pack of cards in her hand, it kind of spread a little bit and she saw the one. So she
Or
went,
it could have been Faye's, because they were all quite close to each other, all 3 of them. It could have been anyone's that she picked up. So
But
that was a bit unfair.
It wasn't described very well whether the cards only had one traitor card amongst 3 of them and they'd just been split up and they had to throw them all in the air, or each pack of cards had a traitor card in them. Despite to say, it really didn't interest me whatsoever. So in that point, I was kind of just thrown from not caring. But
it
I
was
just
a bit
think,
cheap. Anyway.
Well, it was just that they were building up to this whole casino theme. I thought, oh, this could be good. They've done something similar on the Australian Traitors. No spoilers there. I'm just saying a game that they played once. And I thought, this could be good. They could do a red and black vote, basically. And as a team, they had to decide. And to make it a bit more juicier, perhaps, they could somehow have the traitors know something that the others don't know. I don't know what. Somehow fixing the outcome. But either way, I just think that it was a bit lame. They had to build a 2-story tower, which was literally 1, 2, 3, done.
And they said
They had to put
Patrick would do it. Wrong. He's got shaky hands.
They all had shaky hands.
Oyen did it, though.
Oyen did it. They had to put together a jigsaw. Paudie had a bit of a panic attack because someone said that they had the pictures of the actual traitors on the jigsaw. And
Was
Paudie
it a picture
like,
of you? Yeah.
Paudie was like, no, Paudie, they didn't have a picture of you on the jigsaw, don't worry. And then, as I say, they then threw a pack of cards in the air. It got good when they started asking questions. Like I said, Ben's the question when he found out that everyone loved him. That was funny.
And then found out when people didn't think it was funny.
Nick was the leader, and I think Nick kind of showed some false modesty by telling everyone, like, well, why don't we ask someone else? And everyone was like, no, Nick, it's you. Don't pretend you don't know it's you.
Although I think Mark is more of a leader than Nick, personally. So I was surprised by that answer.
After tonight, I think the group would be inclined to agree with you, because Nick and Ben were very vocal about something that I think they shouldn't have been vocal about after the round table. But again, I jump ahead. I digress. We should talk about that in a moment, yes. But Paudie was pleased to get rid of... I think he was very pleased to get rid of Eamon as well. He was gushing to Linda, saying that, it's a good day.
Linda's banished.
Oh, I beg your pardon. He was talking to Wilkin. And
similar. Linda, Wilkin.
They're very similar people. He said it was a good day that Eamon had gone. And I think Paudie,
the point of this game, everyone, is what you need to remember, is that faithful need to get traitors. That's the point of this game. So when that happens, you should be happy.
Well, you should be happy. But I know. Do you want to talk about it now then? After the round table?
Talk about whatever we want.
Yeah, but
we have free will.
We're going out of order here. I just feel like it's something that we should talk about at the end.
Oh.
Because
maybe I want to talk about Andrew at the end.
Okay, right. So we're talking Ben and Nick, basically.
Why do you want to be everything in order? You should throw everything up in the air and just pick it up again.
Find the card.
Yeah. There is no order. You have free will.
If only Oyen was here. What's this about free will? Are you trying to weave something into this conversation?
No, I'm just saying you can do whatever you want in life. You can just talk about it. You don't have to talk about it in order. I
knew you went away at the weekend, but I didn't even realise it was a reform conference.
What?
You talking about free will, freedom of speech?
I didn't mention freedom of speech.
You're all under one big package.
Thing that is okay. Let's talk about the thing about them not being happy about getting a traitor. This is interesting because normally in the Traitors, this isn't something new. This is what contestants often think and often do: is they know that someone is a traitor. They purposely don't vote them out because they know they're a traitor, and voting a traitor out just means you get recruited. But normally they don't show it on screen, on camera. Like the American version is very well known afterwards when they all do their private chats on, like, I don't know,
the after
Patreon
show
or whatever, wherever they go, and they all have their own things. They all talk about how, oh yeah, we knew blah blah was a thing, but we've all talked about it off the cameras, and they talk about the production side almost as part of their strategy, but it's never shown on the actual episode. But this one, they actually showed it to us. They actually showed the contestants talking a bit sort of 3D chessy, and they don't normally do that. Like they showed them thinking, oh, we knew Caitlin. Everyone around here knew Caitlin was. Let's keep her in. So that's interesting that RT decided to show us that aspect of the gameplay.
I don't know if it's such a team thing.
Paul in Australia got edited out for that, didn't he?
Well, no, Paul from Australia was edited out because he was talking about how cameras work.
Yeah, it's a similar sort of thing.
It's not the same because this is the game. I think Ben and Nick were... The reason it was kept in was because it was opened up to the team that as a group they shouldn't have voted Caitlin out, knowing full well that she was a traitor, and actually they should have kept her in because they could have controlled her. They felt like they could have controlled the game better, knowing that if she was a traitor, they could have said they I don't know how they would have done it, but they could manipulate her one way or the other. I think people knowing that someone's a traitor in the game in past versions, like the American version, they may have said it afterwards. One, they could just be saying that because they want to blow their own horn, and they actually didn't have a clue who the traitors were, which again, America wouldn't surprise me. But two, I think it's very much an individual thing. I think if individually people have shown on the series that they knew someone was a traitor and they've kept them in for their own self-gain. But as a team, this is what was different in this occasion. Ben and Nick were saying as a team, we should have kept her in because we could have, kept her as a manipulation tool. And it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, because Andrew especially said, well, then I became a sacrificial lamb to you guys because you were deliberately trying to get rid of a faithful tonight. And it did explain also why Nick said to Caitlin on the way into the round table, we're voting for Andrew tonight. It would be wise if you do the same thing.
If you want to stay, do the same thing. And she did. So maybe she could be manipulated.
But I get where the team's coming from. I have to say, I'm not with Ben and Nick on this one. And I think they've dug...
made a mistake.
They've made a mistake here. I think if there's going to be a sacrificial faithful now, Ben and Nick is on the line.
Well, yeah, they could just turn around and say, well, Ben and Nick, we know blah blah's a traitor.
We know Pauldy's a traitor.
We'll sacrifice you, shall we?
Yeah.
See how you like it.
How you like it, because they were quite
not
right.
so funny now.
It's Andrew could have gone, and then another faithful would have gone because there would have been two traitors, so they would have done a murder. So yeah. Real weird reasoning to me that Ben and Nick chose. Also, they chose the moment that they just got rid of a traitor as their opportunity to bring it up to the group. It was a bad timing and a bad notion, and I don't think they were right to bring it forward. No.
And it made them look a bit too cocky. Like everyone suddenly sort of thought, well, why are they acting like the leaders, weren't they? A few people said that. And that upset them. Which is fair enough. Like no one assigned you leader of the camp. So
leader of the camp. That's you, isn't it? That's why they voted me the funniest in the non-aired version of the Traitors.
Quite.
But no, yeah, really weird move. And then later in the conclave, when Pauldy was told that he had to blackmail someone, Siobhan was like, well, you will choose you would pick a name, and they will have to either be a traitor or they will be murdered tonight. So it's going to be a face-to-face recruitment, which is going to be great. It's a shame they couldn't quite squeeze it into this episode, but fine. Looking forward to next week's first episode. I think Pauldy made a big mistake there, because I don't think Pauldy was right to introduce Andrew into the game as a traitor now. I think he should have introduced him later. This was a golden ticket to get rid of Ben and Nick and literally throw them under the bus by recruiting one of them as a traitor.
The thing is with Pauldy, he's chosen Andrew because he wants a traitor he can trust. He's not had that yet, has he? Let's be honest. Like since the beginning, Eamon and Caitlin and Pauldy have all been fighting each other. So I think the reasoning that he chose Andrew is because he knows, obviously it's his son, they can sort of play together. And this may be like the first time in any series that we could, if Andrew does accept that the traitors actually are, there's like a previous bond relationship wise, so the two traitors actually can trust each other for the first time ever. So that'd be quite interesting if he does accept it, because you never have that ever before in any other series. I think where the traitors can actually trust each other.
They're right to have a face-to-face. I think they would have done it if it wasn't Andrew anyway, but I think they're right to show Andrew that Poldy is the traitor, so he knows that it's actually going to be his dad who he'll be working with.
Very Star Wars.
Yes. Oh man, imagine if Poldy cuts off his hand.
We've gone from Shakespeare to Star Wars.
Star Wars is Shakespearean.
Well, yeah.
If you think about it.
And so is the Traitors Island.
The Lion King is what? Macbeth, isn't it? Isn't the Lion King based on Macbeth?
I don't know.
Well, so I believe so. He can't wait to be king. And nor could Lady Macbeth. Andrew would 100% say yes. 100% say yes. But I just think at this point, Poldy should have recruited Nick.
No.
Again, yep.
Too dangerous.
Nick couldn't say no, though. And
but it's just dangerous to have someone he's wanting someone he can trust. And the only person out of all of them is Andrew.
True. But they know Poldy's a traitor, though. And this is my point. And I think, again, this show of Ben and Nick saying after the round table, we must keep people we are certain are traitors. I think that was for the benefit of Poldy as well. I think Ben and Nick are certain that Poldy is a traitor. And it was their kind of way of saying, we've got your card, Poldy, and we are going to use you now to win the game. Ben and Nick are that we've got bad traitors, as we've discussed in the past. There's also traitors that are in it for themselves, and not traitors, faithful that are in it for themselves. And Nick and Ben are the in it for themselves traitors. Faithful, I'm afraid to say.
So, what would be the best thing for them to do if Andrew does accept? Because if he accepts, they then get to murder. Do you think murdering Nick or Ben would be clever?
Yeah, I don't think we've got anything to lose, really. I think you can never use the excuse of, like, if we murder Nick or Ben, they're going to know it's me, because, let's be honest, the group know it's him.
Plus, everyone was a bit angry with them at the end, so that could open up a lot of suspicion on a lot of people.
I wonder if people would not be as sad for Nick or Ben to be murdered. If they'd be quite pleased in a weird way. They'll show
there's the money issue with Ben's ability of playing missions.
Then you need to get rid of thrusting Nick, because Nick's thrust, it's like the butterfly effect. Every time he thrusts his arm back with joy, somewhere in America someone's died by the wind.
A euro's fallen off a tree somewhere in an Irish forest.
You do know that money genuinely doesn't grow off trees.
The golden coin is what I'm talking about.
Again, doesn't grow on trees.
Well, it does in these missions, because tomorrow they'll be like, in this forest there's a gold circle on top of a tree somewhere. Go find it for €1, and they'll do it.
They'll do it. Oh God, they'll do it. They'll do what they're told. They'll manipulate. But yeah, no, I think it's time. I'm disappointed. This is my problem. I'm not angry with Ben and Nick. I'm disappointed with Ben and Nick for showing these colours to the group. And I just think it's really...
too cocky.
It was cocky, and it was selfish, and it was clear that they want to win the money. And it actually, weirdly, would bring, for me, a suspicion of traitor. Because it's almost like a kind of like, I'm a traitor... But
I knew. How did you know Caitlin was a traitor? No one can know.
So I'm not angry, Ben and Nick, but I am disappointed.
It's the suits. It's the dressing up in the casino. It got them all excited, and they were just typical men.
Not angry.
They were just getting too excited.
Just disappointed.
So, any other suspicions around the table? I mean, there was lots of things going on still. With other people suspicious?
Well, people keep bringing Wilkin up, but they don't really know why, other than the fact that they just think that Wilkin kind of is
Kelly.
Kelly
keeps bringing Wilkin up, doesn't she?
Yeah, Kelly's got a problem with Wilkin. But I kind of get why, because we've said it before. Wilkin seems to just want to be heard, but hasn't got any reason to have be said.
And Patrick as well. Patrick is his name keeps getting floated about that he could be working with Eamon and Caitlin, and he's like the quiet one, but actually the mastermind, and he's making Caitlin and Eamon be the voices, and it was all very like...
Well, this is Andrew again, wasn't it? Andrew said that he didn't trust Patrick because he seems to be, again, pulling some strings. He seems to be manipulating the group, and that he's I don't know, it's weird. He manipulates, he's convinced that he's manipulating him specifically. Like Andrew is insistent that Patrick is basically almost acting like his father and telling him how to think. But Andrew doesn't have the willpower to resist it, so he thinks he's a traitor. It's weird. It's a very weird setup for Andrew. I don't know why Andrew thinks that way toward Patrick, because I've not really seen anything to confirm that.
No, yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just Patrick's background of being a casino owner that people just feel he's a bit shifty. There's a vibe there and they can't get over it.
He confirmed that he worked in Las Vegas.
Yeah, well, I did say 20 years he lived there.
Mad.
He was sunburnt the whole time.
He's so white though. I can't imagine.
Well,
he must have sat in the shade for most of the day.
Well, he didn't go outside.
I suppose it's a night job, isn't it? Working I suppose it's all day in Las Vegas. I suppose, yeah, you're right. You're inside, you're in aircon. Doesn't really matter, does it?
All the buildings are attached to each other, so you don't have to go outside.
Do you know they have to have their own water? There's hardly any water in Las Vegas.
Oh, it's a desert.
That's it. That's the point. So they built on a desert, so there's no natural water source. So they always have to bring in water. Sorry, there's an interesting. That's what you're here for. Facts.
What about Christine's joy? She was very excited.
I loved Christine's little dance. Her celebration.
She was
fantastic.
very, very excited about getting Caitlin. So, but she kind of pushed the Caitlin thing right at the beginning, didn't she? So she was happy to get there. But who do you think they're going to be murdering next episode then? Andrew and Paulie, the two traitors.
Well, Oyen's point was brought back up again about her saying that it was traitor versus traitor versus traitor. I'm convinced the group know that Paulie is a traitor. It's just now, what do they do with it? So after Nick and Ben have said what they would want to do, will the group agree? And whether Andrew will defend his dad enough to keep him. I mean, you're right that Paulie and Andrew would be if they were able to make it to the end, they would look after each other. I truly believe that. But they've mended a few bridges in this series. I truly believe that
it's the journey we all need.
This is it. When you're watching a reality TV competition show, you watch it for the journey, and you always follow the ones that have the best one. And for me, Paulie is just I love him. I love Paulie.
Well, he seems to have a lot of fans out there, doesn't he?
And quite rightly so. And I like the fact that I've been corrected by a lot of people saying that, don't forget he's a prison officer, so he's probably quite smart at spotting the wrong uns and being able to wheedle, favour with them. So I stand corrected. You're quite right.
This is our Irishism of the week, everyone.
Right.
Someone has commented on our YouTube video. Their username is It's Bollocks Really, but spelled with an X, so they get away with it. They said Paulie is no fool. The official Irish term, and excuse me here because I'm going to say it in a British accent, so it's probably pronounced wrong, would be, quote, cute whore. Whore. Her. H-O-O-R.
Okay, whore.
Whore. Cute whore. In England, that would be something different. He knew he had to blow things up because he was going out. He didn't fall for Eamon pretending to extend an olive branch, and the acting confused was all deliberate to annoy Eamon. Paulie then did the same tactic again at the round table with a consistent interrupting because it would wind Eamon up and make it harder for him to keep track of all his lies. So, cute who? Do you want to know the meaning?
Oh, you've looked it
up. It's an Irish slang.
He had it ready, everyone, on his phone.
For a cunning, shrewd and crafty person who is skilled at manipulating situations to their own advantage. Well, whore, quote, H-O-O-R, can be an insult. A cute one is often used as a backhanded compliment. So there you go, everyone.
I might start calling your mother that.
I'm going to start calling Ben that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
A whore, that is. No, I'm joking.
No, I get it.
So there you go. We've learnt. Because that's what we do on all these international versions of the Traitors. We travel around the world and we learn.
We learn culture.
About culture.
We learn culture through television while sat safely in our lounge.
And how lovely people can look in their suits.
And also we learn names. Because we normally pronounce them wrong from the beginning and then don't learn until the very end.
Looking at you.
I still don't know who rides their bikes to work, by the way. So, yeah.
Someone told us that Nina doesn't.
Oh, that's good
I can't remember who they are, but there you go.
Nina. Nina told us that Nina doesn't. Yeah, I mean, this is the first round table where there was a definitive 1 or 2. There was no mixed votes anywhere. So clearly the group are getting their shit together, and that's
an Irish term.
Yeah. So, but it's very much a split of people who have a tactic to keep the traitors in, the people who don't, and it just so happened that the people who don't are then outnumbering the ones who do.
I suppose the Ben and Nick thing, where people were going against the faithfuls trying to game plan, I suppose if you look at it as a faithful, you are at a bit of a disadvantage with the murders. So maybe faithfuls have to try and be a bit tactful now that people know the game.
I do get it. This is my
so we can't
point.
be too mad.
I get what Nick and Ben are saying, because when it kind of puts the cats amongst the pigeons when you start getting rid of traitors, because then you're then bringing faithful into the traitor, and it's more difficult to spot them. If you can see the ticks, because you can only so long lie. If you start to see the traitors' tells early on, you can keep following those tells and then keep them to the very end and then get rid of them. So then at the very, very end, you can then split the money toward the faithful.
Either way, faithfuls are going to go. But you can't stop that.
But I don't believe that if, for argument's sake, if there was still Caitlin and Paudie to the very end, and the last 5 was Caitlin, Paudie, Nick, Ben, and Joanna, just for argument's sake, I don't believe that Nick and Ben, after tonight's performance, would split the money with Joanna. Do you see what I mean? They would keep greedy. It for themselves, and then I think Ben and Nick then would get. Well, then can they then carry? No, they can't. Can they? After 2, they can't then vote each other, because then there'll be that. So for me, I just think that Ben and Nick's intentions were good, but what the group saw was that them, as you say, were manipulating them all, and they were actually being just as bad as what the traitors were by saying that they insisted that they kept the traitors in. They were trying to push their agenda.
They've lost trust as faithfuls.
Thank you. That was eloquent.
So that's not a good that's not a good place to be as a faithful. You need to have trust with your fellow contestants, but at the same time, you're going to have to either be murdered. The faithfuls have to go. So why not try and manipulate the ones that you know? I don't know. It's difficult. It's difficult.
But as a passing note, I'd just also like to say that I think Oyen is playing the best game. I like the fact that she drops notes and then just lets the crowd go with it. But she's not forgotten. So she's done very well. So she knows that she's almost she's got the quiet power within the group. She's not being loud, but when she says something, it's confirmative that it's probably a good point that she has that quiet power among the group, that she's able to kind of manipulate them. But she's not doing it.
She seems liked. She's not overbearing. She's doing good. We've had a lot of comments where people saying they like Oyen.
I like Oyen.
My favourite.
Yeah, she's come a bit. She's kind of come out from nowhere, but she's not doing it. There's no selfishness behind her.
No, and we're gearing up for the second half of the series now, so her appearance counts can start creeping up now.
Well, this is where it gets good. Normally the third week, episodes 7, 8 and 9 are always the ones which are the most exciting. Then 10 is a bit of a respite, and then 11 and 12 is when it starts going into the 5th gear and you're on fire.
Any picks for mid-season wins while we're here?
Or who do I think is going to win now?
Yeah. Now we're halfway.
I saw Caitlin was going to go further than this, to be honest with you. I'm quite surprised.
She had pink sunflower earrings on today, so she was obviously a bit I
forgot a note
shifty.
that I wrote down here. It wasn't encouraged by you, of course. It says, Ben, you.
Not Ben.
Correct about Caitlin hiding her career. So well done, you.
Oh, yeah. And she mentioned her earrings, so...
Yes, she did. She said, I put my sunflower earrings in.
So they were purposeful, like I thought. So my next theory, Faye, I was looking at her outfits as I look at everyone's outfits. She keeps wearing white, innocent, white, blonde. My name's Faye.
Wasn't there someone in the American Traitors that said that he deliberately wore outfits?
And that worked very well for her.
It did. Faye, main character energy. Oh my God, I can't believe we didn't bring this up. Who was it who brought up Faye? It was either Andrew or...
Yeah, it was Andrew. And she was sorry, what? She was very taken aback.
Yeah, Andrew said that he mentioned Faye's name and Faye took...
Because her portrait was different to who she is in real life.
That's right, her portrait.
And I looked at the official portrait. She looks the same. There's nothing different going on
Main
here.
character energy.
So that was odd.
That was funny.
Faye's wearing white. Everyone, watch out. She's innocent. I'm a faithful Faye.
Well, I'm on Oyen. I want Oyen to make it to the end. And I want Oyen to win all the money, but not as a faithful. No, as a faithful, sorry.
She can't win all the money then, can she? No. Faithfuls have to share. Who's she going to share with? Faye.
I think Mark's got a chance, No,
he needs to be murdered. I think he's going to get murdered randomly.
No,
because he's the too faithful. There's not a dumb faithful in this series.
No, they're all pretty smart, to be fair. The only one we
shame.
thought was a bit weird, we thought might be a bit... Yeah, it was Paudie, and he's been a
How
right
wrong
dark
we were.
horse. Really has. I think Wilkin's going to be... Well, I tell you what, mid-season then, I'm going to quickly rattle them through.
Right.
Give me a second. Amy murdered.
What next? Oh, you're just going in general.
Yeah, Amy
Okay.
murdered. Andrew would have to be found because he'll become a traitor. Ben will be murdered. Christine will be murdered. Faye, I think, will make it to the final. Joanne will be murdered. I think they're all
Sad
going to be murdered.
murder.
I think Nick will be murdered. I think Wilkin will be voted off. I think Vanessa will be voted off. I think Mark I'm unsure of, and I think Oyen will make it to the final too.
Mark final.
I've got a sneaky suspicion that Andrew will make it to the final if he's not
But
voted
not
off.
Paudie. He'll have to sacrifice
Paudie's-
Paudie on the final,
Unless
maybe.
Nick and Ben can convince them.
They
Otherwise,
could do that together. They could say, listen, Dad, one of us has to go on the final to make it look like they've got a traitor. Let's sacrifice you and I'll just give you the money.
I think
after.
Paudie's going to go before then. Unless Paudie, I know Paudie can't say outright he's a traitor, but unless he makes a deal with Nick and Ben and says, keep me to the end and we'll share the money between us.
I don't know.
I don't know. Right, so
Oyen for the win. So there you go, everyone. That's us for the week.
let us know your theories of who you think's going to be murdered if indeed Andrew takes the recruitment. Go to our link tree, linktr.ee/faithful2. It's got all our links on there, including our podcast, where you can listen and watch us on YouTube, Spotify, or any of your favourite podcast apps. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell, and give us 5 stars if you enjoy listening to the podcast. And follow us on all our social media on Instagram and TikTok. As I say, linktr.ee/faithful2. There's a QR code at the bottom of the screen as well if you want to scan that to find us. And you can go to buymeacoffee.com/faithful or coff.ee/faithful, where you can buy us a wooden gold coin worth £5, and which may fall on Ben's head. We're not sure yet. And Ben of the Traitors, not Ben, the one.
No, I'm not climbing trees.
No.
But Ben definitely does.
But Ben certainly does. He probably makes tree houses at home for his children.
Yeah.
I'd love a tree house. That's all something I solely feel like I missed in my childhood.
We don't have a tree though. So.
That and ricicles. And thank you for everyone who's got in touch with us so far. Thank you for everyone who's listening and giving us sent us messages and saying they're really enjoying the podcast as well. We love you all. We love that you guys are listening and joining in, and it's all great fun to have this lovely community build up. So thank you.
Lovely. Right. So we'll see you next week then. So get your comments in. You've got lots of time now. A full week to get in touch. So until then, ready for this throwback? Stay faithful.